Well, welcome. This is our annual meeting for the Friends of the Coralville Public Library. I think all of you know me. My name is Bill Benson, and I get to be the president of this group. It's the most interesting group I have ever been a part of for two reasons. I've never been a part of a board where I was the only man on the board. So guys, if you're looking for another job, I could use some help. Secondly, Coralville is such a generous community that volunteers appear magically when we need them. Deb Gill will talk about book sales. We have over 60-some different people who show up to help us sort books for the book sales, and then more than that, to help run those sales. So we're blessed. I oftentimes feel like the little boy with his finger in the dam, trying to hold water back, because especially Roman and Les and I come a couple times in the morning to take books from upstairs down. It never stops. There's always more books upstairs. Sometimes we can't even get them out, and we go upstairs and there's more waiting for us. So it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. And what we want tonight to be is a celebration of what the volunteers have done and what the library has done. And our goal always is to foster reading, and you'll see things related to that. Now, some of you remember that I have 3 grandsons. I have a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 10-year-old. How many of you have grandchildren? Raise your hands. Okay. Do they like to tell you jokes? I'm getting some yes, some no. Well, my grandsons, when I said I was going to lead a little program tonight, they said, well, Grandpa, we have some jokes for you. Okay. All right, this came from the 6-year-old. And, you know, 6-year-old jokes are usually questions, oftentimes, right? Or a riddle. So, Eli says to me, Papa, why are math books so sad? Well, I don't know, Eli. Well, they're full of problems. Okay, now we go to the 8-year-old. He says, Papa, do you know why the little boy threw a book at the librarian? Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Why did he throw a book at the librarian? He wanted to Facebook her. Okay, let's try the 10-year-old. This is Cade. Cade's 10-year-old joke was, Papa, what do you get when you cross a librarian with a lawyer? Oh my gosh, that's a tough one. All the information you could ever use, but you can't understand it. So pretty good, pretty good. All right, our meeting tonight, we're going to have a little bit of business, we're going to have a little bit of awards, and a little bit of education. So we'll start our business meeting with last year's minutes, so you can kind of review what we did last year. So Deb Gill is subbing in for our secretary, Margaret. So.
Friends of the Coralville Public Library Annual Meeting, April 21st, 2016. The meeting was called to order by President Bill Benson. The minutes of the last annual meeting were read and approved. The treasurer's report was read and approved. The current balance is $43,259.33. Membership, the board set and Membership, the board set and met a goal to increase our members. Membership is now at 138. Book sales have continued to be very successful. There are approximately 60 volunteers involved in the effort. The next sale will be May 13th and 14th. This year we started a new program where Friends members get into the sale 1 hour early. and this is a very popular and successful program. The Baby Book Bag program was started in 1999 by Donna Epley. Mardell Tinkley shared the books that are distributed along with the bags and the bookmarks. A few years ago, preschool bags for 3- and 5-year-olds were added. There are 10 to 12 different book titles used. Many are bilingual, English-Spanish. In the last year and a half, over 400 books have been distributed. They are given at the library and at the following locations: the Coralville Central Elementary, Coralville Food Pantry, Grantwood AEA, Head Start in Coralville, Hills Family Resource, Home Ties, Johnson County Empowerment, and Kirkwood Elementary. For community outreach projects, there was a food pantry holiday book giveaway. Melissa Mandernach, along with members of the Teen Advisory Board, purchased and wrapped approximately 300 books to be given as gifts to the children at the Coralville Ecumenical Food Pantry. There is a Feed Your Body and Mind program at the library where snacks and fruit are provided to children who are at the library for an extended time with nothing to eat. Coralville Central Elementary received funds that provided books for 66 students who would otherwise been unable to purchase books at the book fair. Kirkwood Elementary funded books for the school library, which were recommended by a 4th, 5th, and 6th grade advisory board. In the librarian's report, Ellen Hampy Alexander reported the entire wish list was approved by the Friends. The 3 summer reading programs start in about 5 weeks. There will be 500 children in the summer program. The staff is currently researching which laptops should be purchased from the wish list. There has been a push for public libraries to check out laptops. There will be a new program called Storytime to Go, which has kits that contain several books on a given topic. There will be approximately 10 topics, and this should kick off in the fall. Also, the Duplo table has been very popular. The library would like to thank the Friends for all they do. The Teen Service Award. The winner of the $1,000 Teen Service Award was Lauren Gray. Lauren will be attending the University of Iowa in the fall. Volunteer awards, over 100 hours for the year. There were 2 teens, Lily Smith Jensen and Leanne Zhu, 2 adults, Deborah Long Hatz and Luann Myers. Milestone awards, Lily Smith Jensen has 500 hours, Marion Brown has 2,250 hours, and Deborah Long Hatz has 3,500 hours. The T. Patricia D. Award goes to Mardell Tinkley. Mardell has held every position on the Friends Board since 1999. Her current position is the Baby Book Bag Coordinator. She has greatly expanded the outreach of this program. The Friends would like to thank her for all of her hard work and enthusiasm for the Coralville Library. The library staff led an entertaining game of concentration which matched staff pictures to profiles. The officers for the upcoming year were shared, and Bill asked if there were any volunteers from the audience who would like to step forward for the vice president and baby book bag positions. The slate of officers is President Bill Benson, Vice President to be determined, Secretary Margaret Mellecker, Treasurer Rachel Porter, Historian Nancy Cullers, Baby Book Bags to be determined, Book Sales Deb Gill, Membership Volunteers Jan Kramer, Newsletter Publicity Sandie Herwig, Member at Large Melissa Mandernach. Respectfully submitted, Margaret Mellecker, Recording Secretary.
Can I have a motion to accept those minutes?
So moved.
Support?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you much. At this time, we'll have Rachel Porter, our treasurer, share with us our financial status.
Well, this is pretty much cut and dried and not a great deal of change from last year. We do have quite a bit lower ending balance this year, and that's in large part due to the purchase of the 10 laptops and the security things and the accessories that were needed to go with those. But we're certainly happy to be able to do that for the library, and we know they get used a lot. Our quarterly book sales were actually down $200 to $300 this year, but I think it was the August sale, Deb, that was a record breaker? Over $3,600 at one sale, so that's pretty incredible. And what little loss we had on our regular book sales was more than made up by sending the books that Bill and Les and Roman put together and sent to Better World Books. And then we had a donation of German books, and we also had a lot of LP records, and we found outlets, well, Bill found outlets, and Sarah Pitcher, one of our librarians, found outlets to sell a lot of those, so that increased that also. Our membership has increased by quite a few people, but our membership fees and donations are down about $900. So dig a little deeper in your pockets if you don't mind, please. And disbursements, I think, are, as I said, pretty much self-explanatory. Our current balance is $34,330.14, which is still pretty good for a little Coralville Library Friends group. Thank you. Oh, any questions? Okay.
Can we have a motion to accept Rachel's report?
I'll make the motion.
All right. It's been moved and supported. All those in favor? I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of, what I'd like to do is I'd like to have the members of our board stand up so everybody knows who they are. Okay, so Rachel was there. She doesn't have to stand up again because it's, but Jan, would you stand up? This is Jan Kramer. Jan is our membership chairman. Jan, how many members do we have this year?
Right now, we're at 151 because we just did a little deletion of people who might not have, or might have moved and have been removed from the membership list.
Okay. So 151. We started a project, was it 2 years ago, where we had less than 100? And we set our goal, the first year was 125, we got to 138. And we wanted to get to 150 this year, and we're 151. So we're pleased about that. All right, this is Sandie Herwig, and Sandie's job is publicity. And she's, how many years have you done this, Sandie?
This 4 or 5.
4 or 5, okay. Seems like 100. Okay. All right, but she takes care of getting our newsletter out, the posters up, and does a wonderful job. Last year, we had a vacancy. Mardell Tinky, who had done baby book bags and was president and did all sorts of stuff, figured out she had to replace herself with 2 people. And so those young ladies who have replaced her are Julia Smith and Shirley Altenhofen. Okay? And they are doing a great job. You can see there's like 6 or 7 different preschools and daycare centers and parts of other schools. And those people love to see these ladies come because they've come up with neat books to distribute. And they're just really, really doing a bang-up job on that. So we thank you for that. One of the ladies who isn't here, well, we'll get to her in a second. Where'd Nancy go? Oh, I almost missed you. Okay, Nancy Cullers is we've given her a fancy title. Sometimes we call her a historian. Sometimes we call her an archivist. You know? So, whatever works for her. But she makes sure that, things are put in a book as a remembrance of what we have done, whether it's the different sales, the different events in the library, etc. So take a look at that book if you could later on. Our secretary, Margaret, is on vacation. And Melissa Mandernach sent me an email earlier, and she got sick today. She went home with a bad headache and said, I'm going to try to make it. But that's a new position we came up with last year, and we think it's just a fabulous one. We call it community outreach. And take a look at your treasurer's report. That community outreach, we spent $3,500 there. Part of that went to buy, again, she bought $1,500 worth of books at Barnes & Noble that then the Teen Advisory Board, some teenagers and her kids, helped wrap. So when kids came to the Coralville Food Pantry at Christmas, they got a present. We just thought that was just a wonderful and a well-received program.
Bill, she also, when she bought the books at Barnes & Noble, picked a Saturday that benefited one of the Coralville elementary schools, and there was a 20% discount on everything she bought that day. So she really does a bang-up job.
Yeah, that was really quite something. Coralville Central got a bonus, a percentage of the sales. We got a lower price, and kids got wonderful books. You know, a brand new book. And she got them by different age groups to make it so each kid who came in would get something. Also, as part of this community outreach, besides the food and things that we help with the library upstairs, Kirkwood Elementary and Coralville Central, they have a book fair at Coralville Central, and there's a lot of kids that can't afford to go to the book fair. So we provide funds, and the principal gives vouchers, so every kid at Coralville Central who wants to go to the book fair has something to spend. We think that's just wonderful, because that gets the kids reading. And then at Kirkwood, they have a book that the entire school reads. And it's the big kids, everybody gets it, and the big kids have to read it to little kids. And we purchased that book for the school. So I think those are just two great ways that reading is being made really super important, and ways we can share our blessings with others. So like I said before, I'm really fortunate. We have just a tremendous board. I'm kind of looking here. I think at this point we should find out from our librarian what's going on. So Allison Gulsat is our head librarian, or what's the official title?
Library director.
Library director, okay.
Well, thanks, Bill, for inviting me to give a quick library update tonight. First, I want to thank the Friends for your generous support of the library summer reading programs. Planning is underway, has been for quite a while now. Kickoff is less than 6 weeks away. It seems spring just came, and we're kicking off summer reading in less than 6 weeks. But we're excited to be embarking on another summer of summer reading, busy summer here at the library. Last fall, we embarked on a strategic planning process for the library, and this still feels like a new library to me, but believe it or not, we're coming up on the 9-year mark of being in the renovated and expanded building. And I want to thank the Friends for being part of one of those important initial meetings that we had in this process. That meeting involved representatives from the Friends, from the Foundation Board, and from the Board of Trustees, and was facilitated by Heather Woody, who's a new member on the Foundation Board, and she does this kind of thing for a living, and did a wonderful job facilitating that strategic planning meeting. It was a great opportunity for those three groups who are so important to the library to get a better idea of what each other's mission is, what their responsibilities and purposes are, and what they're currently focusing their energies on. It was a wonderful meeting. As part of the strategic planning process, we're looking at both library operations and the facility, and we're enhancing things that are successful and going well, and addressing things that need to be changed or fixed. We're working with architects on developing a maker space in the library. We're still in the design development phase of that, but once we settle on a concept and begin to move ahead, there'll be another opportunity for the Friends to be a part of helping us outfit that space. It's a very exciting process for us. These past 2 years, we've hosted a few authors on the stage in front of the library hearth, and it turns out that wasn't planned when we
did the building renovation and expansion, but it turns out that that's a great venue for author talks. And once again this year in the fall, the recipient of the UNESCO City of Literature Paul Engel Award will be there, will be here to accept that award and do a reading. It attracts a great crowd. It's a wonderful event for the community. It's free. And we see a lot of people come in for that event that haven't been to the library before. It's just a great event all around. That award is sponsored by the city of Coralville. So again, it's another way to showcase Coralville. And we're thrilled to have established that tradition of celebrating that award here at the Coralville Public Library, and look forward to having the Paul Engel Award winner here for many years to come. I just want to thank the Friends again for your extremely generous support of the library. We're thrilled about the Friends funding of the recent wish list, in addition to, once again, stepping up and supporting all of the summer reading programs. We're very excited about additional funds that have been committed to the community meal. We're having a community meal here on June 9th in partnership with the food pantry. They've been trying to do this, it's a fairly new thing, but trying to do it quarterly. We had one at the rec center this winter that was very successful. So June 9th, we'll be having it here. Sarah and others are involved in getting activities together for the kids. Focused on the summer reading program, of course. It'll be a Friday night, and we'll be open later than usual. The meal will be 5:30 to 7:30, so we'll have the library open the entire time to encourage people to use the library as well. Thank you to the Friends for helping to support that. We'll have some musical entertainment, thanks to the Friends during that meal. And of course, the funds that support the Feed Your Body, Feed Your Mind are so important to those kids that are here for often hours on end without, any food source. And then the last thing is the ELL program. We've got some English language learning classes going on here, and they're very much needed in our community. We didn't have any here for the public, and there was a real interest in having them continue into the fall, maybe have a second class, and with some support from the Friends, it looks like we're going to be able to do that. All of those programs, when you're talking about community outreach, all of those programs are deeply appreciated by the individuals we're reaching out to. So you're not only doing this community outreach on your own, but a lot of the funds that you're funneling back to the library, we are able to do even more community outreach than we're already doing. So it's just great for Coralville. So on behalf of the library staff and the Board of Trustees, thank you to the Friends for all you do for the community.
I would like Karen Sterler to come up here. She's one of my favorite librarians. And actually, she said I should tell this on Sarah, but I'm going to tell it on her. You know how Karen is. She just cares about in fact, she was the first person we met when we came to the Coralville Library like 5 years ago. I came in, and she's the one where I said, "You guys got a Friends group?" And she said, "Oh, yeah, I'll get a hold of Deb Gill for you." And then Deb got us hooked into working with the Friends, and that's been great. But Karen, just really cares. I do want her up here to help hand out certificates. But did you hear what happened to her the other day? This is really something. She was behind the desk, and this little boy and an older guy and a giraffe came in to the library. And this was a little warmer day than usual. And they were looking for water for this giraffe. And all of a sudden, he just collapsed on the floor. And Karen looked at it and said, "What's that lion there?" And the little boy said, "That's not a lion, that's a giraffe." So, okay. So, we want to do, first of all, the first awards we want to do are the Teen Service and Volunteer Hours Awards. So, I'll tell you, all the librarians do a great job, but she has a special niche of being able to work with these young people and get them fired up about stuff. And some of the programs and ideas she has are just fabulous. So all of you guys are good, but she has a wonderful relationship. So the first award that we would like to have as a volunteer award.
Well, our first award, these are for teens that have worked or have volunteered over.
There you go.
For teens that have volunteered over 100 hours in a year, which I cannot tell you how big that is. I mean, these kids are in school, they're in extra activities. It's amazing that they even can come in 1 hour a week, but some of these kids have over 100 hours. One of them was Kelsey Kiernan. Kelsey is a freshman at USC, so she is out in California right now, so she's not here to accept her award. But we have a certificate for her, and then she also, the friends let her choose $100 worth of materials to donate to the library in her name, so they'll have her plaque in there. So I sent her email. She's thinking about what she wants to get for the library. And the other person, my other teen that has over 100 hours this year is Lian Zhu. You want to come up, Lian? This is Lian's second year that he has over 100 hours. This young man comes in every Sunday and shelves for 4 hours, which is amazing. Yes.
Fabulous.
So, thank you so much. He's just a junior, so we hope we will have him back again next year. He's also a member of our Teen Advisory Board. We have 16 members this year, and they are busy planning the Teen Summer Reading Program. Lian and his brother Leo have a kind of a STEM program, a science and engineering. Forget what the title is.
Some design challenges.
Design challenge that they're going to be doing in July, which he, of course, we talked about this, I think, starting in January. 2 weeks later, he has the program written out for me, what they're going to do, everything. He is wonderful, so I can't thank you enough. Yeah, but you can do that. Or do you want me to?
I want you to.
Okay.
The next award, since we're going to stick with the young people, is our Teen Service Award. And this is given annually to a senior who's a member of the Teen Advisory Board. They write essays. And it's been interesting. All the years I've been here, I always get volunteers from the Friends Executive Board who are very willing to read those essays. It's not like nobody wants to do it. They all want to do it. And they're always impressed, and it is very difficult to pick one person. But this year's winner is Gisela Smith. And along with this award, she receives, it's a nice certificate, but what's even better, there comes $1,000 with this award that we hope will be put to great use going to school. So, Gisela, can you please come up? Congratulations.
Thanks.
And can you maybe tell us where you're going to go to school or what your plans are?
I will be attending University of Minnesota in the Twin Cities next year, and I'm planning to study nursing there.
All right.
So, yeah, thanks.
All right. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah.
All three get together so we can get, you keep moving.
Okay. Well, moving targets are harder to hit.
And I would like to add that Gisela is going to be greatly missed. She's been volunteering here for a few years, and she helped Sarah Pitcher with all the web
stuff that we do and helping put all of our new books on the website and all the team things. I mean, she's just invaluable, so we're really going to miss her. But she told me tonight she's going to be here a little bit through the summer, too. So we really appreciate that. And thank you.
Great. Let me get that one. Our next award is also one of the Volunteer Services Award, and this is for 100 hours, and this is to an adult, and that person is Deborah Long Hats. Come up, Deborah. And I'm going to make her stay here, okay? First of all, she has 100 hours this year. But we also give milestone awards, and there are wonderful plaques in the library that have the people who have won the awards and the hours they've given up there. And Deborah keeps adding to that. She gets a milestone award this year for a grand total of 3,750 hours of volunteering. You know, that's just incredible. So thank you so much for all that you do. We have one other milestone award, and I'm not sure if she is here. Lou Ann Myers? Okay, Lou Ann also is one that over the years has contributed many hours. Her milestone award would be for 1,500 hours. So let's congratulate her, even though she isn't here. At this point, we would like Jim Smith from the trustees to come up and talk to us about the T. Patricia D. Award. Before he does that, I'm just curious, would any former winners of the T. Pat D. Award please stand? All righty. Thank all of those people. I mean, we can go around here. Les and Nancy Cullers, it's Judy, right? And Maryland, and Deb, and Roman, and Judy, and Mardell, and Rachel. These are the people who have just been given their hearts and soul to this place, and we thank you for what you do.
My name is Jim Smith, and I'm a member of the Board of Trustees of the Coralville Public Library. And I get it's a real honor to present this award because I presented the first one. Wow. And the first one was given to, does anybody know? Yep, T-Pat, right. And I was lucky to serve quite a few years with her on the board. She was quite a lady. She was quite a volunteer and quite a person, especially at Christmas, because she'd always bring treats every Christmas. Okay, I'm going to first read from our policy, the Coralville Public Library Policy Manual regarding the T. Patricia D. Volunteer Service Award. The T. Patricia D. Volunteer Service Award is awarded to honor an individual or group that has volunteered a significant amount of time and effort on behalf of the Coralville Public Library. The award recognizes the long volunteer service of Pat D., who served on the Coralville Public Library Board of Trustees from the inception of the library in 1965 through the end of her 6th term in December 1996. And now I would like to read the nominating letter for this award. Dear trustees, since the trustees are the people that select the award winner. For this year's annual T. Patricia D. Award, I would like to nominate Bill Benson, president of the Coralville Public Library Friends. After moving to Coralville in 2012, Bill has become actively involved with the Friends. He has served as president for the past 3 years. With his hard work, infectious enthusiasm, and new ideas, Bill has breathed new life into the Friends group. He is always scheming to find new ways to increase the membership, entice the public to attend their sponsored book sales, grow profits from these sales, and create new strategies to reach out to the community. Polling fellow Friends members all concur that there is not a more deserving person for the T. Patricia D. Award than Bill Benson. To share words from those who work with Bill, here are just a few. I don't know what our group would do without him. His input has helped grow the Friends group and our book sales. It was Bill's idea to let Friends members into sales an hour early and to send out postcard notices. He also took the lead with the World Book scanning and sales, as well as reorganizing the shelving, etc. He and Beth, his spouse, have spent countless hours going through the nonfiction collections and weeding out the older material this winter. A second observation, Bill has made the Friends' success one of his missions. And another one, I haven't known Bill as long as the rest of you, but I can tell you his welcoming attitude and positive, kind demeanor have proven to me that he's a quality character. He is of quality character, exclaimed a newcomer to Friends. We are very fortunate to have Bill as a library volunteer and friend. His passion and love for the Coralville Public Library is witnessed by all. Bill has gone out of his way to make sure the library has everything it needs to offer quality programs and services for our patrons, from babies to adults. He has made a dedicated investment to growing the Coralville Public Library's Friends group. By doing so, and with the Friends as our friends, the library is made even better. I heartily endorse Bill Benson for the 2017 T. Patricia D. Award, and it is signed Karen Steeler. So, Bill, front and center. This is a certificate from the Board of Trustees
All right.
that he won this, and his name will be put on the plaque. I don't know how long that takes.
It's on there.
It's on there already?
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
All right. Bill, congratulations. And Bill gets to, with the award, goes $100 he selects from the Friends, and it goes to selecting materials for the library.
Amen.
And it'll be his own.
Well, actually, my grandchildren are going to benefit from this $100. We're going to pick books that'll, maybe better joke books for them or something like that. This is real humbling. Because those other ladies who stood up have given their hearts and souls, and I just feel, and Roman and Les, I feel very honored to be among that group. So thank you so much for the award. There was this thing in there about character, and yes, I am a character, so I guess that's part of it too. So thank you. We got to get this program moving. If you noticed, I didn't say this, but, and this can be done very quickly, we have an election, and then we're going to have the Friends get a tour of the library, kind of courtesy of our new equipment here, which will be neat. So, last year's ballot was myself for president. There was still no one for vice president, if somebody's interested in being vice president. Margaret still agreed to be secretary. All the board members agreed to continue to serve. Deb Gill with books, Shirley and Julia with baby book bags, Jan with membership, Rachel even with treasurers, even after fighting through tax season and everything, still said she'll do it. Nancy with archives. So that's the slate I would present to you. Is there anybody else who would like to be on that slate? All right, can I have a motion to accept that slate? All right, all those in favor? All right, you got a board for next year. And now we'd like to have the library. Who should I call up, Allison? Who's the lead on this one? Okay,
If I can't,
all right.
maybe somebody will come to my rescue here. So with the expertise of Eric Dickerson, who's quietly back in the back of the room, and the talent of the daughter of one of our staff members, Beth Bartlett, her daughter Grace, we were able to put together a tour of the Coralville Public Library. What we really wanted to do was to show you the new audiovisual equipment that we've got in the meeting rooms. We upgraded all of the meeting rooms this year. And the original equipment in the room wasn't terribly user-friendly. It's worked for the last 9 years, but it's been a kind of a constant challenge for our users and for our staff that have to do a lot of hand-holding and assistance with meeting rooms down here. Also, in that 9 years, technology has really come a long way. We have HD now, and then one other thing, we do have a lot of community events down here that Coral Vision covers for the community. And so with Eric's input and assistance when we were doing this, we made sure that we had the correct kind of inputs or outputs, whatever it is that you require, probably both, in the right spots so that it's not so cumbersome for Coral Vision to come over and cover the community events that are going on here. So it's been a huge improvement for the meeting rooms and for the libraries and for the community, and obviously for the folks who use the meeting rooms. So give me a moment here and I will pull up.
The first thing you see when you enter the library is the two-story sculpture Enduring Prairie. This piece, by Dale Merrill, forms the basis of our library logo and is the center of our library. To your right, as you enter, is the circulation desk, where staff members are always on hand to check out and renew books, place holds, fax documents, and answer phones, and direct you where you need to go. Across the rotunda, we also have self-checkouts where you can check out the library materials yourself. Teens are among our heaviest library users, so they have their own section of the library. Here you'll find young adult books, audiobooks, magazines, graphic novels, and comfortable seating. The reference desk oversees our public computers, scanners, and study rooms. You can reserve a meeting room here, get a book recommendation, get help with an ebook, or find answers to almost all your questions. Books. They're still the center of our library services. And even though we have audiobooks, ebooks, movies, we still have over 70,000 books here for you to enjoy. And where better to read a book in one of our comfy chairs by the hearth or over by the windows? The library is still a quiet place for reading, reflection, and study. Children are our future lifetime readers and learners, and they have their own area of the library. Here you'll find children's materials in all formats, places for play, children's computers, and friendly librarians to help the children and adults find the just right book. Some of our old library lives on in this mural in the Storytime room. It was painted by Emily Vermillion. It moved from the old children's area to this room when the library was renovated and added onto in 2008. Librarians hold regular story times for varying ages several days per week. 80 or more nonprofit groups use our meeting rooms downstairs each month. The rooms come in various sizes and feature brand new audiovisual equipment.
And there you have it. Oops, sorry.
That's fabulous. That's fabulous. All right, two things. First of all, the next book sale is the first weekend in May, so I think that's May 4th and 5th. So we hope you come. You wouldn't believe how many books are already in that room waiting to be sold, waiting for new homes. And the second thing is, please enjoy the refreshments that have been brought here, and thank you all for coming, and we'll see you next year, we hope.